Okay folks, today we're going to show you how to set up your new Cottonwood 10x10, Cottonwood 12x12, or in this case the Cottonwood XLT 10x10 with built-in awnings. Setup procedure is the same on all three, and we're going to show you out of the box how it's done so you get an idea how long it takes and what all is involved. Today we've got Craig and Mike here going to show you how to do this. Here's a little tip on the Cottonwood XLT, folks. The Cottonwood 10x10 with built-in awnings. It's best to face the awnings east and west so that when the sun goes up and the sun comes down, you can raise and lower those side awnings to give you extended shade. You'll get a better idea of what I'm talking about here once we get the unit all set up. What they're doing right now is just rolling it out of the bag and positioning it so that the black mesh pole sleeves are facing upwards.
First, let's make sure that these are all extended out a little bit.
As Mike just mentioned, he takes the four legs, pulls them out a little bit. Okay, once you've got it laid out on the ground with the four corner legs extended out with the black webbing facing up, you want to go ahead and start pulling out your pole set. As Mike's doing here, he's assembling the vertical corner poles that have the pre-bent section in it and placing one at each of the four corners with Craig's assistance. Now that you've got the four corner poles in position at the four corners of the Cottonwood, now you can go ahead and assemble the two long, straight roof poles. Once you've gotten those all assembled and hooked together, then you can begin inserting them through the roof's pole sleeves, as Mike's doing here. You want to make sure you get them all the way through those sleeves so that the ends are sticking out of both sides. You don't want to force it because you can rip that pole sleeve webbing if you force it too hard. Okay, once that's done, you start to raise the unit with the upwind corners. As Mike and Craig are doing, you simply lift the roof poles, insert the vertical corner poles. You want to be sure to pull that fabric all the way down over the corner as they've done, and then insert the pole tip into the inside grommet. You'll notice that Mike is extending that webbing at the bottom of the corner. There's adjustable webbing on all four corners at the bottom. It's really helpful if you extend that out all the way so that setup is not as tight, and you can later go back and tighten up those straps and give yourself plenty of tension there. Now they've gone around to the back two corners, and they're essentially going to do the same thing. They're going to pull that webbing, the pole sleeve webbing, down over the corner of the pole. All right, now Mike, come on around. Craig will hold his position. And that's it, folks, despite a little bit of wind. That was 5 minutes and 30 seconds out of the box. Now, as we mentioned, you've noticed that there's two awnings. This awning here, it can be extended out as an awning. It can be placed down as a sidewall. Or you can just roll it up out of the way. Lastly, in Craig's corner, you'll notice the webbing at the bottom of the leg can be tightened up. If you do that on all four corners, once you've got the four corners adjusted, then you want to go ahead and stake it down, set out your guy lines.